Hey guys, welcome to another video of Fusion Studios. In this video, we are going to unbox the Oppo F21 Pro. This video is sponsored by Venu's Digital Arcade. I have given their contact number in the description. So if you want to buy the phone, make sure you check them out from the description below. The Oppo F21 Pro comes in 3 different colors: Sunset Orange, Rainbow Spectrum and the Cosmic Black. Now without any further delay, let's start the unboxing. So as you can see, this is the box for the Oppo F21 Pro. At the front it's written Oppo F21, on the right we have the Oppo logo, and the F21 Pro box comes in a light blue color. Here we can see some unique specs for the phone. So the first one is Ultra Sensing Selfie with IMX709. Next is Woken Flare Portrait, and we have a 33 watt Super VOOC fast charger, 4500 mAh large battery, RAM expansion available, and we have a micro lens. The F21 Pro comes in 4G and 5G variants with the price range of 21,990 and 25,990 respectively. Here we have the Sunset Orange color, and it have an 8GB RAM and 128GB internal memory. We have a triple camera of 64MP plus 12MP plus 12MP and a front camera of 32MP. F21 Pro weighs 175 gram and the dimensions are 159.9 mm in length, 73.2 mm in width and 7.5 mm in thickness. It comes with 4500 mAh battery and the MRP is given 27,999 rupees. And in the contents it says charger is included. Now it's time to open the box. So upon opening we can see a small box here, and while we open that we can see the transparent case that we get with the mobile and also some user manuals. As you can see, the transparent case is very flexible, and also it have a cap at the USB port. Now let's keep that aside. And here we have the Oppo F21 Pro model. Now let's move it aside and see what all contents are inside the box. So first we have the SIM ejector tool. Next we have the adapter. When most of the smartphone companies are removing the adapter from the phone, the Oppo F21 Pro comes with an adapter. And this is not just any adapter. This is the 33 watt fast charging adapter. Now keeping that aside, next we have the charging cable. So here we have the charging cable with one side USB-A type and the other side the USB-C type. At last, here we have the Oppo F21 Pro. Now let's remove this plastic case. So here we have the Sunset Orange Oppo F21 Pro. Now let's try putting on the transparent case on the Oppo F21 Pro. Even though it's a little bit tight to put on the case, it fits perfectly and also gives better protection. The Oppo F21 Pro comes with a 6.43-inch AMOLED display with resolutions of 1080x2400. It have a 90Hz refresh rate and 409 ppi. The brightness varies from 430 to 600 nits and the peak brightness is 800 nits. And here we have the Corning Gorilla Glass 5. The Oppo F21 Pro is the first phone to have Fibreglass-Leather back panel, and this makes the phone thinner and lighter. The boxy design is similar to the latest iPhones. It have silver color edges, and on the right side we have the power button, on the left side we have the volume rockers and the SIM ejector tray. On the top we have the microphone, and on the bottom left side we have the aux cable, the microphone, the USB-C type and the speakers. The F21 Pro comes with a transparent screen protector already installed. We have a small bezel at the bottom, and on the top here we have the front camera, and at the top middle we have the receiver. Moving on to the back, we have the triple rear cameras with a rectangular design. Around the second camera we have an LED light ring, and I will show its functions later. First we have the 64MP wide camera with 1.7 aperture, 2MP depth camera with 2.4 aperture, and finally the 2MP microscopic camera with 3.3 aperture. And finally here we have the LED flash. The rear camera supports the video recording up to Full HD at 30 fps. It also have a wide selfie camera with 32 megapixel at 2.4 aperture, and also supports video recording up to 1080p at 30 frames per second. Now let's power on the device. For powering on, we just need to hold on the power button as usual. But for powering off or for rebooting, we need to hold both the volume down and the power button. The Oppo F21 Pro supports dual SIM and have IPX4 water resistant. After the March update, it supports Android 12 and have ColorOS 12.1 and above. So now it has successfully powered on. So let's swipe up and open the device. At the bottom of the screen, we have an under-display optical fingerprint sensor. Now here we have the home page, and when we swipe up, we get the app list. And when we swipe to the most left, we have the Google Feeds. Now let's tap and hold the home screen and see some app launcher settings. By selecting layout, we can change the layout of the home screen. Next, we can change the home transitions from roll, cube, flip, etc. And when we click more, we can see the further settings like home screen mode, home screen layout, double tap to lock, show app suggestions, raise to wake, etc. It also has some default apps like Facebook, Netflix, Josh, etc. Now let's move on to the notification panel. Here we can see the normal notification icons like Wi-Fi, mobile data, airplane mode, dark mode, power saving mode, vibration, screen recording, hotspot, etc. Now by swiping right, we can see do not disturb mode, Oppo share, nearby share and screencast. Now currently it is in light mode and the color combination is white and green. And when we change to dark mode, the color combination changes to black and green. Now let's move on to the settings. So at the top of the settings, we get some suggestions like breathing light, flexible windows, quick launch, one hand mode, etc. Now let's move on to about device. Here we can see the device name, that is Oppo F21 Pro, the processor, that is Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 octa-core, the storage, that is 128 GB, the model, the color OS version, the RAM, that is the 8 GB. And when we click on that, we can enable the RAM expansion and it can be expanded up to 2 GB, 3 GB and 5 GB, which uses your internal memory. Next is the Android version, that is currently Android 12, and the last security update was on 5th March 2022. Next, inside version we have the built-in number, baseband version, etc. We can tap the built-in number up to 7 times to enable the developer mode option. Next, we have the system settings. Inside system settings, we have system navigation, keyboard, accessibility, screen recording, date and time, etc. Now here we have the special features of Oppo F21 Pro. The first one is flexible windows. Here we have button free mode and quick hide window in game, and below we have the tutorials for them. These are used to hide the window control buttons. And below in the tutorials we can see open from smart sidebar, resize a window, mini window, quickly hide a window, share files and switch to split screen options. Next one is symbol mode. Symbol mode is similar to easy mode in Samsung, which have bigger font size and icons and louder ringtones. Next we have kit space and smart slide bar. Inside smart slide bar we can enable that, and it also has smart recommendations, show app names, floating bar, etc. Next we have quick launch. This is used to quickly launch an app from the home screen by holding on the fingerprint sensor. Next we have quick return. So inside quick return we can enable that, and also we have some supported app list and also how to use. So inside how to use, we can go back to an app, expand or collapse, move position, hide temporarily, pin or unpin. So these are all the special features that Oppo F21 Pro have. Next, let's go to password and security. Here we have lock screen password, face, fingerprint and the privacy password. Next we have the sound and vibration settings, and here we have the usual settings, and below that we have real sound technology option where we can change from smart, movie, game and music. And also we have advanced settings. So inside the advanced settings we have volume button function, default recorder and in-ear monitoring. Now let's move on to personalization settings. So here we have wallpaper, always on display, icons, and inside icons we have ART plus icons, and we can change the icon name size. And we also have quick settings option, and we can change the different size of the icons. And below that we have fingerprint animations, and we can change from 8 different styles. Now moving back inside the user interface, we have font and display and the edge lighting. And inside edge lighting we have 3 different colors like blue, red and yellow, and we can also select none. And going back we have the other feature, that is the breathing light. So breathing light is used to flicker the light on this side. First we have the option to enable this effect. Next we have the in effect time where we can change the time schedule. Also we have always on while charging, quickly blink for notifications, slowly blink for notification, etc. Next we have themes and always on display. Inside the always on display we can change the clock theme and clock style. Now let's move on to display and brightness. Here we have the light mode and the dark mode, the auto switch, the screen color mode. Here we can change from vivid and natural. Also we can adjust the screen temperature from cool to warm. Next we have adaptive sleep, screen refresh rate, and we can change from standard to high. So inside high we can change to 90 Hz screen refresh rate. And also we have the screen display. We have the screen display like show front camera, hide front camera, and the front camera display by app. We also have the full screen display by app option. And also we can change for each and every app. We can also select auto adapt for all the apps. So that's all for the settings. Now this is how it looks when we turn on the 33 watt fast charger, and it charges super fast. Now let's move on to the camera option. So here first we have the photo mode, and inside photo mode first we have the option for flash. So when we click on that, we can turn off the flash, turn on the flash, turn on auto flash, and the last icon is to turn on the flash for all the time. Next we have the HDR option, and when we click on that, we can turn on or off the HDR, and we also have auto HDR. Next is AI scene enhancing option, and next is the option to turn on the 64MP primary camera. Now here below we have different zoom levels from 1x, 2x, 5x, and finally the 10x. I will be showing some sample photos and videos taken from the Oppo F21 Pro at the end of the video. Here when we click this icon, we have two options. The first one is retouch option, and the second one is the filter option, where we have different filters like natural, sweet, crystal, warm, black and white, etc. We also have an icon on the left that is for turning on the Google Lens. Now by clicking this, we can go to different options like timer, aspect ratio, that is 1:1, 4:3, 16:9, and full. Also we have the settings option. Inside settings we have watermark, grid and guides, level, shutter sound, etc. Inside grid and guides we have none, grid, diagonal lines, and finally the golden spiral. Next we have flip selfie, location, shooting methods, high efficiency video, and we have other useful features like volume button action, quick launch, show dirty lens warning, etc. Next we have the portrait mode. Inside portrait mode we can change the timer, and also we have different filters as you can see here. We also have the retouch option here. Next when we click on the left icon, we can change the aperture from strong to weak, that is used to change the blur. Now moving on, we have the video option, and above when we click here we can change from 720p and 180p. Also we have the flash icon on the left side and the filter icon on the right side. We can also zoom from 1x, 2x, 5x and 10x. Next we have the night mode option. Inside night mode we can change the ratios from 1:1, 4:3, 16:9 and full. We can also zoom in different levels, and also we can set any timer. Now moving on, inside the more option we have the Pro option, and here we can adjust the ISO, aperture, the white balance, the zoom levels, etc. Next we have Extra HD option, where we can shoot anything on Extra HD. The other options we have are panorama, slow-mo, time-lapse, microscope, sticker and text scanner. Now let's try out the microscope option. Here we can zoom from different levels like 15x and 30x, and also we have to position the subject at the closest part of the camera without touching the lens. As you can see, we get each and every minute detail of my fingernail. Now let me try the same on my hair. And when we position the camera correctly, we can even see the skin cells. One thing to note is that when we turn on the microscope camera, the ring light activates and it illuminates like this. It is used to provide better lighting to the microscope camera when we get closer to the subjects. Now let us check the 32 megapixel front camera. And as you can see, it tracks our face whenever we move. Now let's check the video quality of the front camera. So as you can see, even the video have a better quality. It also tracks and focuses our face. Now let's check out some of the photo and video samples of Oppo F21 Pro. So here we have the 32 megapixel front camera selfie. Next we have the portrait photo, and it gives a better background blur. Next we have the primary camera with 1x zoom on the left and 2x zoom on the right. Next we have 5x zoom on the left and 10x zoom on the right. And finally we have 1080p at 30 fps video recording. So this is all about Oppo F21 Pro. So thank you for watching the video guys. If you like the video, hit the like button, and if you have any doubts, comment in the comment section below. And don't forget to share this video with your friends. And if you want to buy the phone, you can contact Venus Digital Arcade from the contact number given in the description below. If you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell button to get our latest updates.